Ron back here with another video on Ron Brown's YouTube channel where we discuss mostly drones, but other gear too, like GoPros, is the 360 cameras, do a lot in the pocket too. But anyhow, today's a drone video, and it's specifically a Mini 3 video, and we've become kind of the Ron Brown's Mini 3 channel here lately. Sorry, we will get back to covering other stuff someday, but right now we're really so much going on with the Mini 3. Just had a video up a day or so ago where I talked about big firmware update for the Mini 3. Added a lot of features, did a lot with the vertical modes. You could do kind of some quick shots and active track in those modes. But anyhow, and also the big news was it added the RC Pro, the DJI RC, which came with the Mini 3. It allowed it to fly the Mavic 3 drone. But this is all great news, and everything was sunshine, rainbows, and lollipops. But then that was Thursday, which was the 30th. Yesterday was Friday the 1st. Today's July 2nd today. So in the first, another update came out, had the same exact notes as the one that came out on Thursday, but just changed the firmware number a little bit. And we don't know what it fixed, addressed. Many people out there, were already reporting issues. Heinrich reported he had lag on his controller feed from the drone, lag, stuttering. Mikey, talked to Mikey, he had some issues too. So that was some people claiming. I saw other people claim that this is a dangerous update. You're gonna lose your drone, and a lot of reports out there. I flew the drone yesterday. It's July 1st, Friday morning, on the first update that came out Thursday. I flew it. I saw no issues whatsoever, especially what are they, lag, issues with the screen disconnects. Lag. What's the other one? Stutter. I didn't see any of that on my test flight. I didn't see any dangerous thing. The thing flew perfectly. No issues whatsoever. But okay, so now I'm back here the next day. I haven't done the firmware update yet. So let's apply the firmware update and see what happens. And we'll get the numbers as we go through it and everything here. But let's go to the desktop portion of the video, folks. Start up our DJI RC here. Short press, long press. Now we're going to start up the drone. Here we go. Now we just put a full battery in. Short press, long press. Well, maybe it's not as full as I thought it was, but it's be fine for our purposes here today. So there we go. So we're going to wait to see what boots up and see what the controller tells us here. So all I can say is this must have been something important that DJI issued an update to their update like 24 hours later. So they must think it's a big deal. So I would recommend getting this done. So right now I don't see anything. Let's pop back to this screen here. This where I'm putting here is usually when you see updates. So I see nothing here. The firmware update, there it is, popped right up here. So it's you can also go into the the Go Fly app and hit the three dots on the right hand side and click update firmware there too. But we're going to hit, since we're here, we're going to hit it here. Sometimes that's hard to tap and you have to look dead on. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so here it is. It says aircraft firmware update. The aircraft firmware will be updated to the latest version to prevent flight safety risks due to inconsistent firmware versions between aircraft modules. Wow. So even that sounds kind of important there. Ominous. So let's do one little trick here that Our good friend Lauren Donner has been telling us this for a while now, but you see it other places now too. Let's get out here for a second. Let's go into the GoFly app, and let's go into the three dots here. Go to camera, and
point has been updated. Please check it out.
Got satellites. Let's go down here to formatting your card here. We go down to storage and you see SD card and internal storage. So make sure, first of all, make sure you have all your, your latest videos and pictures, removed from the drone and onto, backed up on your desktop hard drive or backed up to the cloud or backed up someplace. So let's go format these. We're going to format the SD card first. Format. All right, it's formatting right now. And while we're doing this is there could be some legacy code left on these memory cards from older firmware, and it may get corrupted or inconsistent, as they said in that description, and that could cause some kind of issues with your drone. So I'm not saying it's always going to happen. I'm not going to say if you don't do this, you won't get a good update, but this is just kind of an extra step here, a small extra step to make sure that your updates go without any hitches. So let's even in update format the internal storage too. Oops, I don't think I switched over. Okay, format. Okay, I want to switch over to internal storage, format that. So it's formatting right now. Okay, so we get everything formatted here before we start this update. So now we're going to go over to the About on the right-hand side, and we're going to go down to Aircraft Firmware Update, and we're going to hit that. Network connection required. Well, I think we are hooked up to the internet here. Okay, for some reason it's turned, this drone turns off internet. See, what happened is when it got ready to fly there, it turned the internet off. So we will go back into, this is a good training session here. So we're going to go back, to this main screen. We're going to pull down from the top here, pull down like twice, hit Wi-Fi here. And if you're in the house here, it'll connect to your home Wi-Fi network there. So it'll take a second. And see, that was kind of, that icon was, not filled in. Now it's filled in. Now it's black. Before it was like a box of white inside. So now we have internet again here. So let's slide it back up again and go back here. Now let's go back to the three dots, the About, down to Aircraft Firmware, where it says it's blue. So that means you got some firmware updates coming here. So now we have new firmware available. So we're going to hit update and see, it's got the same exact notes there that it did the day before. I don't know if that file size is different. I don't think I have that written down in place, but all these notes are exactly the same. And how about it saying a different note on the that splash screen there to the app than it did inside the app? Like it told us about the inconsistent firmware, and what did it say? It could cause hazardous problem, dangerous problems, a strong word in there, but it doesn't say it here. Well, maybe you scroll over to the bottom, it'll say it. Nope, you can't see that, but it doesn't say that here. So it only said that on that, the main page of the Fly app. So that's interesting. So let's hit update here. It's a good thing we did look at it out there, so it says something different. So okay, we're gonna put the controller down here. See, it's counting down the firmware update here. So yeah, so I would definitely, if you did yesterday's firmware, or if you did Thursday's, the 30th, June 30th firmware update, I would definitely recommend doing this firmware update as quick as possible, since even DJI, I mean, when they push something out in 24 hours to fix something, they know it's something in there. Again, I didn't see any issues at all on my flight, but maybe I just got lucky. Maybe my firmware updated properly without any inconsistent firmware. Maybe on the flight, maybe whatever triggered the drone to have issues. You may be going into some kind of mode or different type of function, triggered something. Maybe I didn't do that. I don't know why, but I was lucky that I had no issues. And we're going to try to get this done here. And we'll take it out for another test flight. Today we got big storm. It's windy, and we got big thunderstorms moving in a couple hours. So I will not get this out today, but we will. I think tomorrow I have a better day, a good day. So we will get it out. We will test it with the new version of the new firmware and see what we see. Again, I can't say it's going to fix anything for me because I didn't have any issues in the first place. But we're going to see if this new firmware creates any new issues that we don't want or we're not aware of. I do know I got the video. It's uploading now, but I did test out some of the quickshot modes in the vertical video, and they worked very nicely. I tested out the hyper-lapse in the vertical video, and it did good job. Also, it looked great. I did not get to test active track and spotlight mode, and what's the other one of the three out in vertical video, and maybe that's where the issues come in. Maybe that was where people were having problems. I do not know because I really haven't seen. I've seen people talking about the issues. Like it's hard to show a screen, showing lag on screen or shutter on screen. But I haven't seen videos where the drone was flying bad or falling out of the sky or any such thing like that. But in any case, it definitely is something to be aware of. And again, I'd highly recommend doing this update. If you did the first update, if you didn't do that update, then you can still do this update if you wanted to, but it's not as not as much of mercy to get it done. Okay, we're already at 79%, and people talk about this drone heating up on the desktop. Now it's definitely warm, but I can hold the drone. It's not like people talk about hot, real hot. I mean, it definitely warm. It's on, but I wouldn't say it's much warmer than other drones during firmware updates sitting on top of the desk. So people talk about the overheating issue. I guess overheating is I don't if maybe you could measure the temperature drone and say it's hotter than it should be, but just to the hand touch here, it's warm, but no, I wouldn't call it overheated. But again, matter of opinion there. I don't think it's the big issue that a lot of people make it out to be, and maybe it was at first. I did think the drone got hotter when I first got it. I did the initial firmware update, but I know they've been addressing that in a couple updates now, and I think it's basically a problem. It's kind of a thing of the past. I mean, I know people have an axe to grind. Anybody has an axe to grind with this drone are going to talk about the heating issues, for the entire life of this drone or whatever, even though it's an issue that's pretty much fixed for a lot of users and most users at this point. But, anyhow, again, I think that, it's very acceptable at this point to, attempt the drone doing a type of firmware update like this. So, okay, we're over 90% now. So this firmware update is mostly complete. There, looks like the drone's going to reboot itself here. You heard the chime there. It's in probably the reboot process. The controller even rebooted itself during the big firmware update, but I don't know if it's going to do it this time or not, since it's kind of almost done there. It kind of stuttered at 90, stuttered at 92 there. Now, it didn't stutter. That's one of the issues. It just kind of froze a little bit. 94, and that blue light came on. I know that blue light. Sean, the drone reviewer, was telling us what the red light and the blue light meant, and I already kind of forget. I think the blue light means it's binding with something. I don't know. I have to talk to my good buddy Sean there, Sean the drone over there in Spain. But okay, it looks firmware update successful. Restart if aircraft powers off automatically. It did power off automatically, so let's reboot it. All right, it's rebooting. See what happens with the screen here. See if this goes away now, or I'll have to click it away. Looks like the drone's all the way boot up, so I guess I'll have to click that away. And okay, I got the disclaimer there. I hit the I hit the maps part. I guess I hit the wrong button. Okay, so it tells me in the left hand corner, DJI Mini 3 Pro firmware successfully updated. So you hit that little X to get rid of it. Hitting that little X is, man, you need precision touch. And I didn't hit it right. Yeah, I can't. There we go. I have to have it dead on to do it, but then we'll go into the flight part of the app here, and everything looks good. Let's turn on. Did we have it on? We had it on auto. Okay, everything looks good here. So again, at this point, nothing to do but go out and test fly the thing. So okay, folks. I hope you enjoyed this little video here and got something out of it. If you did, give the thumbs up to the video, and don't forget to subscribe if you're not already subscribed, or if YouTube unsubscribed you. Click the bell notification button so you'll be aware when I post new Mini 3 videos, and maybe I even post something else. I've stuck a Mavic 3 video in here and there recently, and but we've got a lot more content coming. I still want to do more with the Nano Plus drone.
The home point has been updated.
There we go. Got our satellites in. So yeah, so that's about it. Just again, I've already said it a couple different times, but if you stuck all the way to the end here, said if you did the firmware update June 30th, do this one, because when DJI is saying dangerous and hazardous, whatever it said in that menu, they make it sound like they really want you to do this. If you didn't do the 30th update, you could probably good stick it with the older firmware too. You just won't get the new advantages of doing the quickshot modes and what do you call it? The one where the drone follows you. Without the new modes in vertical video. So okay, that's it, folks. Get out there and fly. And if you're in the U.S., happy 4th of July. All right.